Assalamualaikum, my name is NURFATINHA BATRISYIA binti PARID from BA2 Today I would like to present my internship report regarding SWOT analysis for Majlis Daerah Tapah Perak. In this report, I will explain about the student profile, company's profile, training satisfaction, SWOT analysis diagram, including the discussions and recommendations. Now I will explain about the student profile. So this is my updated resume that include my background profile, my education, my expertise, working experiences and languages. Next, let's take a look on company's profile. This company's name is Majlis Daerah Tapah. Majlis Daerah Tapah, which called as MGT, was established on September 1st, 1979 in accordance with the Perak State Government Gazette. It includes 10 chains left and right from the roads of Sungai, Kampung Menderang, Bido Teluk Intan, Tapah Cameron's Island and Temuh Teluk Intan, as well as the left and the right sides of the main road from the South Kinta District Council border up to Cholak. Majlis Daerah's vision is to create a clean, prosperous, forward-thinking, peaceful and sustainable Tapah District Council. And their mission is providing Tapah Town with excellent municipal and administrative services that are effective, first-rate and honest. So this is the organization chart for Majlis Daerah that show who in charge of each department. For training selections, every final year students must complete an industrial training program which lasts for 5 months in order to fulfill the requirements for a degree. The purpose of an industrial training program is to demonstrate the realities of the workplace. For their industrial training, students can pick any businesses. Therefore, Majlis Daerah Tapah is where I choose to work in order to gain experience in administration and management. I've been given the chance to work as an intern at Majlis Daerah Tapah for 24 weeks, starting 1 March and running through August 15, 2023. I was put in charge of the administration department during my industrial training. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Are my working hours. And as an administrative assistant in this company, I acquired all the fundamental knowledge. In this company, I gain experience gathering, organizing and storing data in both paper and digital form. This circumstance is really assisting me in comprehending the needs of the company. In addition, I learned how to deal with a client or customer issue. I can say with certainty that this task will help me to develop my interpersonal communication skills. I had acquired management skills for company documents in this company as well. It will be simpler for any employee to find the document and refer to it if I organize every document into its own file. Now we move to the main point of this presentation, which is SWOT analysis that related to pestle analysis. By doing this, we can evaluate the company's internal and external variables as well as its present and potential future. Based on my observation, there are two strengths of Majlis Daerah which are consistently financial support and offer high quality services. Meanwhile, Majlis Daerah's weaknesses can be seen the employees' adaptation on new technology and system and environment as surrounding of office. Moreover, Majlis Daerah have potential in social media and the annual funds from the Ministry of Housing and Local Government. The strengths of Majlis Daerah are the changes in ruling government and the customer expectations. Now I will explain about the first strand of Majlis Daerah, which is consistently financial support. Because Majlis Daerah is a state agency, it receives yearly financial allocation that are always sufficient to meet all the demands from the staff and management. As a result, there are now adequate ICT equipment and facilities as well as complete and comfortable office equipment and facilities. There is strong management and top level support for staff welfare to meet needs like health benefits and leave benefits. It is frequently disputed whether a company that is generally regarded as good, as indicated by traits like competitive advantage, consistent earnings, above average management and market leadership. It is also a good company to invest in. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim made a decision during the 2023 budget announcement that demonstrate the government's commitment and seriousness to giving state government the chance to carry out development projects based on priorities and state needs, and to further strengthen the economic recovery momentum towards the development of Malaysia Madani. For recommendation, in order to keep consistently have financial support and assess the financial condition of Majlis Daerah, this organization have to look at its financial stability score. Whether a company is small or large, it can be difficult to assess in financial standing. Planning is the first procedure in any successful strategy. Set financial goals for the organizations. Spend more time establishing objectives such as revenue target or gaining new clients. Majlis Daerah can identify the strengths and weaknesses when a plan is developed. The business can compare its performance to that of its competitors in the sector. This will give the company important information about whether they should change their strategy. Analyze the personnel budget, evaluate what the monthly expenses are. Majlis Daerah's reserve of cash should cover these expenses during a slow period. Continue to think ahead and evaluate their budget to stay on top of the company's financial health. For the next strength is offer high quality services. Customers who need assistance with district administrations, land administrations or community development can count on Majlis Daerah to deliver high quality services such as online system for booking arenas, fields and halls, as well as for requesting leave of absence and paying rent online. This also can establish positive relationship between district level, state and federal government departments, and to serve as the government's coordinator and point of contact with the public. For all service categories, there is a significant correlation between district rankings of satisfaction with public service delivery. The delivery of public services must prioritize boosting citizen self-confidence. It is widely acknowledged that the customer's perspective should be used when discussing the idea of service quality. The degree of satisfaction is determined by the customer perceptions of the quality of the service. Knowing what the customer wants and needs allow us to meet their needs and expectations. Majlis Daerah are aware of the customer's expectations and can consistently meet them. In Majlis Daerah Tapa, there are many customers who come to do their things such as making report, booking hall or code, paying bills, doing application of work, appointments and many more. For Majlis Daerah, it is important to offer service elements that satisfy our customers' expectations and simultaneously reflect positive companies' identities. With satisfied customer and positive corporate image, positive word of mouth will be generated and customers are more likely to revisit the Majlis Daerah. Majlis Daerah always commit in providing friendly, quality and excellent service to customers, so it will increase customer satisfaction through our services. For the recommendation, following to the best practices such as respecting customers' time, being friendly and offering knowledgeable and helpful resources is one aspect of the great customer service. However, Majlis Daerah should also go above and beyond to exceed rather than merely meet customers' expectations. As a representative of customer service, they always spend the entire day troubleshooting for customers, so they need to be an expert in services. An important customer service skills is having extensive knowledge of the services. They should ideally have confidence in their service, be able to speak intelligently about features and use cases, and demonstrate to clients how its features can help them. Make it the mission to understand the service so that it can amaze the users with timely suggestions for applying new features and services. In addition, paying attention to customer feedback involves both listening in real time and reviewing historical data. For the weakness of Majlis Daerah, there are few problems due to the employees' adaptation on new technology and system. In terms of new technology and system adaptation, there is a problem with the senior employees who are still unable to use and adapt to these new technologies and systems in their daily tasks. Even for simple paperwork preparation, these employees struggle with typing and internet usage to complete their work on time. As a result, almost every time the completion time is delayed. Because of the aging and shrinking of the workforce, it is particularly difficult for older workers in Majlis Daerah Tapa to adapt to the demands of the digital economy. Older workers in Majlis Daerah may find it challenges to adjust the new working condition because they tend to be less confident about their own computer skills than younger co-workers, and their technology anxiety tends to increase with age. This technology implementations has caused changes in working procedures, and all of the Majlis Daerah staff who are affected by the changes are expected to use the newly implemented processes. For instance, prior to the COVID-19 issues, all employees use manual forms that customer help fill out. However, they now must deal with everything in the system, which is make it harder for the staff to adapt to this new system. Employees at Majlis Daerah must conduct client meeting online as well to explain the latest innovations, encourage question and feedback, and address any potential problems they occasionally need to host a video meeting. Additionally, this makes it challenging for them to adopt this new technology. For the recommendation for this witness, it showed that technology is now an integral part of the business in many organizations across almost all the countries. We can instantly communicate with co-workers at meeting reminders to others' calendars, store business processes and procedures on intranets, and most significantly, it has emerged as the preferred method for developing new marketing campaigns and luring in new clients. Despite the wide range of services and programs available to organizations for use in daily operations, the staff must be sure to pick technology that is user-friendly. Studies have shown that usability issues may make it challenging for all the workers to successfully interact with technology. Although functionally, it's always crucial if the team members are struggling to use the program, productivity won't increase. To find out which program can accomplish the goals while still being user-friendly, think about conducting promotional trials or using comparison tools. This will be an excellent chance to involve staff members and give them the chance to share their opinions on options available. By doing this, everyone will be able to feel involved and less forced to participate. For the next witness is the environment and the surrounding of office. The office environment at Majlis Daerah was currently satisfactory. This is because when I worked at the council, there weren't many facilities that were changed. For example, the wood desk was already dated and out of date, and the office shelf and desk layout was disorganized. In my opinion, the work environment had a highly significant effect on the productivity of the observed organizations, male, female, senior, junior staff and intern student. The council is advised for this reason to invest in enhancing the working environment because it positively affects employees' productivity and enable them to continue producing for the council. Between office layout features and job satisfaction, which is turn had a positive effect on the relationship between office layout features and job satisfaction. The arrangement of all of the equipment, including the photocopiers, fax machines, and file cabinets, make it difficult to move around. As a result, every employee's privacy and the amount of space between workstations will be disturbed by this. For the recommendation, there are many strategies for creating a better workplace that keeps workers content and motivated. The relationship between employees and managers can be greatly impacted by a tidy, attractive office. Give workers the option to work wherever they feel most comfortable. For instance, the organization could furnish the office with comfortable chairs and give employees the option of standing or sitting at their desk. Everyone has a different way of working, so when staff members locate a location that works for them, the organization should give them the freedom to change it. Majlis Daerah should allow employees the freedom to design their workspace if it makes them feel comfortable, because everyone works differently. To prevent disturbing other workers and accidents, the workspace should be strategically placed and spacious between co-workers. When this action is done correctly, it can increase resources and make the best use of available space. Additionally, it is important to arrange desks properly to make it easier for employees to complete their work. The worker will be more productive if everything they need is readily accessible and the area is convenient locations. Majlis Daerah should allocate funds so that each person can design their own setup in order to make these changes. For the opportunity of Majlis Daerah, they have a potential in social media. The Majlis Daerah made an effective and efficient choice in creating social media to connect or communicate with the local community. The council has everyday access to social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram to share the most recent information, announcements, complaints, and feedback. Instead of using a banner or signboard, this is more cost effective and efficient for the organization. Social media is used by Majlis Daerah to notify the public to upcoming events and activities. To increase participation by making it simple to sign up, they are including a link to an online registration form within the social media post. Social media is the most powerful tool for spreading awareness of issues that have an impact on the community. Advertisement, job offer, or upcoming event from various departments are posted on social media. YouTube videos, which are a quick and simple way to spread a message, were also used by Majlis Daerah. For the recommendation, social media platforms are clearly an essential component of our 21st century way of life, and their popularity isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Majlis Daerah can broadcast live on most social media sites, including Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and even popular platforms like TikTok. The key is to figure out where the audience spends their time so that we can use that platform to our advantage. There are a variety of ways to use live video to benefit the organization, such as hosting Q&A sessions, live performance, webinars, and other online conferences. Try out various strategies and content types to see what resonates with the audience and generates the most engagement. Majlis Daerah can update its Instagram stories with any information. This will keep people informed about the latest news and make it simple for them to get more information about their problem. Next opportunity are the Ministry of Housing and Local Government provides an annual fund. The Local Government Act of 1974, also referred to as Act 171, is the government policy that grants municipal councils and district councils the authority to collect funds from the following sources. In addition, Majlis Daerah Tapa must also prepare a proposal to present of both projects' intended purpose and budget were carried out. Majlis Daerah Tapa also receive funding from Kementerian Pembangunan Kerajaan Tempatan in addition to grants from the state government. The council will receive budgetary support from the federal and state governments each year to help it pay for the development project and other expenses. Given that the federal and state governments provide funding for all projects and expense payments. Additionally, if the budget allocation for the head or subhead of expenses is in shortage, the council may submit formal letters to the federal or state governments claiming or requesting additional funding. From these advantages, it will highly impact the organization's financial performance. This is because a company's financial statements may contain less accurate information about its earnings before of poor earnings management. For the recommendation, when the Majlis Daerah receive the money, they must understand how to manage the financial resources and help the local government create a stronger economy. A few actions could be taken by Majlis Daerah to strengthen its financial position. Additionally, the state governments may use the tax revenue to distribute funding to each local authority. It is the duty of Majlis Daerah to collect tax from citizens of Tapa. In addition, Majlis Daerah needs to budget properly for its projects and programs. Majlis Daerah needs to know if its plan can be funded from the government to plan a year's worth of projects or events and to set goals. From this proper planning, Majlis Daerah can clearly see its financial condition at any time by knowing how much money is available and allocating it accordingly. If there is not enough funding from the government for a new initiative, there is no point in planning it. Majlis Daerah must also provide true financial reporting and have an independent auditor to audit their books to stay on track. An organization can easily access information and produce accurate accounts by keeping clear and readable books. Next is Majlis Daerah's threats, which is the changes in ruling government. According with Malaysia's political unpredictability, there is some problem when the current administration has been replaced during the elections. The federal government's budgetary allocation for district councils has been impacted by this uncertainty because the new administration's policies have changed as well. The ability of the council to carry out social and development projects to move towards recognizing the district council's vision may be impacted if the budget allocation changes in a negative way. The political environment in Malaysia has also undergone significant change. Although not a complete change, the outcomes point to a shift away from a narrow focus on racial and religious issues and towards a more inclusive political environment. Furthermore, the new administration has taken decisive actions to fight corruption and strengthen the power and independence of important institutions. The recommendation for this thread is Majlis Daerah should adapt their workflows and processes as needed. Employees contribute to any organizational change because they will be responsible for carrying out new policies daily. Making sure employees have access to all the tools and knowledge they require should be one of Majlis Daerah's first priorities during a time of change. They must understand how the new regulation affects their works and what they must do to ensure that the change is successful. The employees can be prepared for upcoming laws with clear communication and educational sessions. They can also get any questions they may have answered and even come together as a team. When governmental changes are announced, Majlis Daerah must move quickly to avoid delay, educate staff and prepare personnel for new roles and responsibilities. Agencies should put new procedures or system in place well in advance. This increases trust in the new process and most importantly, it ensures that companies won't be left behind when new legislation takes effect. In response to incremental decreases in public spending, Majlis Daerah may pursue new revenue strategies such as stepping up fundraising efforts and expanding revenue portfolios. Additionally, Majlis Daerah is facing a significant reduction in government funding. They must cut administrative costs and increase program spending to make up the difference in needed services. As a result, these strategies may enhance service delivery at the expense of organizational development and long-term sustainability. For the next track is customer expectation. Majlis Daerah needs to manage their expectations when a customer requests something that they are unable to provide, whether it be new features or quicker response times. The demands and complexity of what is expected of customer service are only increasing. Customers also anticipate quick response and solutions. However, carefully managing expectations from the beginning is the best way to go above and beyond expectations and guarantee that the customers are happy now and in the long run. Customers at Majlis Daerah expect a simple process when renting a hall or court. They don't want to read the requirements to understand how the service operates. Majlis Daerah works to make the procedure clear-cut and uncomplicated. This guarantees that the customer experience is as streamlined as possible so that customers don't face a challenging learning curve. Majlis Daerah expects their clients to be simple to deal with because they want to make their life easier. Furthermore, customers are expecting that Majlis Daerah will be accessible when it is reasonable for them to do so, such as during normal working hours. This relates to all platforms including live chats, websites, emails and phone calls. Majlis Daerah spend a lot of time making sure that they are prepared to take calls, respond to emails and keep their staff on hand to assist customers as and when needed. For the recommendation, being open and transparent with the above, any witnesses build their trust in the company's operations. Furthermore, Majlis Daerah should make an effort to hear what the customers are seeking out. Additionally, Majlis Daerah should provide customers with quick responses. It's necessary that the business is accessible to a customer when they need assistance because this demonstrates excellent customer service. Dissatisfied customers frequently most complaints about the service on social media, which has negative impact on Majlis Daerah reputations. To prevent this, Majlis Daerah must make sure to keep an eye on the social media feeds and respond to clients who express dissatisfaction with a particular service, item or interactions. This demonstrates that Majlis Daerah pay attention to the customer and adapt the actions considering their experiences. For the conclusion, there are wonderful possibilities for internship in Majlis Daerah Tapa. The experience I gained over the course of 24 weeks has broadened my understanding of what it means to be in working environment. During my time in this company, I regained my knowledge of administration. Through this training, I learned both technical as well as non-technical information. I learned technical things like how to manage the relationship between workers and managers, how to solve problems with the right attitude, and how to deal with the clients. I completed my training program without any incidents and finished the assigned task on time. I learned how to answer the phone and deal with customers, how to organize files, how to manage department memos, how to handle events, and much more. All this learning has made me understand that despite the stress, working as an administrative assistant is a very interesting job. This task has taught me how to communicate effectively with others and has improved my communication skills. The genuine friendship expressed by the staff and my colleagues is one of the most memorable aspects of my training. Finally, my internship at Madrasah Daerah Tapah will be one of most treasured experiences. Thank you.